Welcome to another edition of the MSP Hot Seat. My name is Matt Solomon. I've got Mike Bloomfield from president of Tekie Geek. Mike, welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you, Matt, and thanks for sending me a seat. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, great. Now whoever watches this is going to want a seat, right? We both got the gamer seats. Yeah, I got mine. I know. I got mine during the COVID experience because I was just like, the chair I have at home is just not comfortable enough. So we'll just jump right into the questions. So I always love this. Is my favorite question. It's the one repeated question. What was your first job, and what's a lesson that may have still applied to your business today?
So yeah, it's a great question. So first question, first job. I was at sixth grade. So what does sixth grade make you? Probably like 12 or 13, I want to say. In New York City, it's a business owner's responsibility to sweep up the streets in front of them. So as a business owner, if you have a retail location, if the sidewalk is dirty, the Department of Sanitation can actually fine you. And it's a couple $100 fine. So you're responsible. So I said to my dad, I liked buying stuff, but my parents didn't want to give me money. He's like, go figure it out yourself. I started a street cleaning business. So I would actually go before school. My dad made me a garbage pail with a broom on it, garbage bags, and I got clients. I had weekly reoccurring clients, and I would actually go around and sweep the streets and the sidewalks in front of their businesses. I did it 4 days a week. I would do it 3 days on the weekdays. And I would do it 1 day on the weekend, and I would usually collect my money on the weekend as well, once a month. And I had like 15 local businesses in Tottenville, which is a town here in Staten Island. And I used to make money. And as kids were playing at the playground, walking to school, making fun of me, I was sweeping streets and making money. And what did it teach you, right? I always learned how to deal with customers, right? A customer's right. If I was supposed to clean the side lot and I missed the dirt and he was frustrated, Mike, I'm paying you, dirt. Mm-hmm. You learn that the customer's right and relationships and doing the right thing by people. And so junior high school, I was sweeping streets, and now I'm maintaining IT infrastructure.
There you go. Always hustling, and that's how you afforded all those toys in the background.
Yes, that's how I had all the toys.
Exactly. So I noticed from your LinkedIn profile, so you're a member of the Staten Island Chamber of Commerce. I guess maybe just talk about that experience. What kind of, how has that connection, benefited you and your community?
Yeah, so the Chamber of Commerce was like one of the first groups that I joined when I started the business. Luckily, I joined it, not like most people join it, expecting they give you a sticker that you put on your window and the business comes flowing. That's not it. All the Chamber gives you is the ability to network, right? And I took advantage of that, and I went to networking events, and I went to everything they offered, and I got involved with it. They have committees that do golf committees. They have galas. So over the 7 years that I've been a chamber member, I've been a co-chair of the membership committee, co-chair of their gala committee, co-chair of the golf committee. But by being involved, you build relationships. It's like anything. You're building relationships with people and other business owners, and you're building friendships, right? The more you sit with someone and you're at the table and you're planning an event, you build friendships. So the chamber was a huge help to the growing and the start of the business. But you have to put the time into it. No Chamber of Commerce is just going to throw you business. You have to put the time into it. You have to go to the events, make yourself known, and right, we're IT providers. Really, people have to trust us, right? If they don't trust us, they're not going to trust you with their IT. So just like accountants and bankers have to gain trust, you have to gain trust, and it's been a great way to do that.
That's great advice for anybody who's already involved in chamber, maybe not taking full advantage of the way you need to do that. So those are really good tips. And I noticed the golf committee part, and that golf actually might be the one event that people can actually do right now. I mean, because it's outside.
Yeah, so there's a number of golf outings that are getting. I'm on a golf committee for the JCC, and we're planning a golf outing next month. So it seems to be the one thing you can still do. A local group is doing a golf outing next week. So yeah, it's the one thing you still could do and get together, but they keep you into your groups of 4.
Right. Yep. Got it. So I also noticed you do volunteer work with Meals on Wheels. How did that come about?
So look, being in the community, you have to be involved in the community. So and that was one thing I learned early on. Again, you have to give back to the community that's helping to grow your business. Meals on Wheels of Staten Island is a great organization. They were actually a client of ours, and they had a need for additional board members. So, to be on that board and to help give back to such a great organization was huge. And it makes you feel good. They do so, by delivering meals to seniors. And especially during COVID, that was huge too, right? These seniors relied on the Meals on Wheels. Their program never closed down during all this. But it doesn't stop there, right? And if my advice to any, business owner, you have to give back to that local community. I'm a Kiwanian. I sit on numerous not-for-profit boards. Volunteer your time. You have to give back. And again, it's that inorganic, as you grow these relationships, people you break bread with are people who are going to trust you. And in the end, you're not there to gain business, but in the end, it does bring you business.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know some people, struggle to figure out who to volunteer with. There's lots of different websites that are great resources. I lived in New York, so I remember there's a website called New York Cares, and they have all these different volunteer opportunities that you can get involved with. So very cool.
And there's so much there. There's so many organizations, but join something that's near and dear to your heart. Do stuff and try to stay with, we donate and volunteer to large organizations, but also volunteer and donate your time and money and sit on boards of local organizations that also just help your local community. Spread it out, but try to find something that you're passionate about.
Absolutely. So I was looking at your website, and security jumped out pretty hard when I first go to it. So how have those conversations been changing, with your customers since, COVID?
So luckily, by planning and putting together our stack correctly from the beginning, we haven't had to have much changes, right? Yep. We come out, the way we do our business is I have my technology stack and my security stack, and that's it. It's not an a la carte. It's not go ahead and pick and choose. And if you want to save a few dollars, we'll pull this endpoint protection out and replace it. The stack I have is the stack I have because it's what I trust. It's what we use internally. If it's not good enough for me to use internally to protect my MSP, it's not good enough to protect my clients. So luckily, by doing that and having this process in place for years now, it was a very easy transition over to a COVID and a remote workforce and a remote environment. So there were many of our existing clients. We didn't have to really change much. It wasn't a lot of conversations. However, it did open opportunities for newer opportunities for those who aren't on our stack and needed the help to protect themselves in this wild, wild west of IT, if you would, as who's on home computers, VPN set up, and everything's exposed. But we got lucky. We have a good stack, and I partnered with a lot of good partners, Kaseya being one of them, that helped to give us a lot of great tools that made this very easy to do and to get businesses up and running.
That's great to hear. So last question on the hot seat. What would you say is one of your key differentiators that's attributed to your success as a managed service provider?
I think it's my looks. Everyone's just really into me. So no, we care about the customers. I consider our clients cherished assets. Without our clients, we wouldn't be there. But I also understand that my employees are even more of a cherished asset. Without my employees, I'd be nowhere. So it's that balancing act. It's making sure that you don't have clients that are draining your employees and are not talking to your employees right. You have to listen. As much as the customer is always right, there's a way to put that. But the other thing that we do that differentiates us is our stack. Truly, everything we do is to protect our clients. The reason I don't pick and choose, and I am more expensive than a lot of my competitors, is because I am coming in with a full stack. My job is to mitigate your risk. My job is to make it that if disaster does strike, we have your data. We never have to worry about it. God forbid there's a breach, everything's in place, and we're going to get you out of that breach quickly. And that's truly what differentiates us is the security side of things and the all going in and the minimized risk and gaining trust and really speaking to people in a way that they could understand and trying not to overly complicate those conversations.
No, that's awesome. I think your passion comes right through the camera here. So, and I love it. You're right to the point. And so thank you, Mike, for taking part in the MSP hot seat.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck to everybody.
Thank you.